Good morning, it's Sunday. It was a beautiful morning this morning and now it's kind of mizzling outside. I'm very glad that I got some gardening done yesterday because I can't tell if it's raining. I don't think it is. I think it's still okay to garden. I've managed to clear 2 beds, which is really good. So I'm going to try and clear another 2 beds and potentially do some strimming, though I'm not sure if I'll do that or whether Alex or my dad will do that. My dad's coming around later. And we're also having a sort of play date with my niece, so she's coming round as well, so we're going to hang out with her for a bit. And what else are we doing today? I'm going to make a soup for this week. I'm going to trial a sort of wild garlic soup because I was thinking yesterday, because we picked some wild garlic, that I should make pesto, and I thought, is there something more interesting that I could make? And I thought, what if I was thinking of doing a pea and mint soup, so I thought, what if I was to do a wild garlic soup with mint, with the peas? I don't know, I'm gonna wing it and I'll show you what I do and if it turns out nice, because I feel like you could make it with any green vegetable, but especially it'd be good with frozen vegetables that you've just got that you need to use. I think we've got some spring greens that have like been in the freezer for ages, so I might throw those in. I know we've got a leek, so that will be good for meal prep this week. I went through my meal plan. I think I'll share the video where I talked about my meal prep, and I went on Any List and looked, and I'm loving using that because it made me realise that I have a week where I don't really need to go shopping again, which is great because it would have been a default for me to just go to the shops and buy like some oat milk, some vegan cheese, some vegetables that I like, and not really plan. So it's really, really helping the budget. It's really helping being more sustainable, being more efficient. So I think the only things that we need to buy this week is maybe, I think it was literally maybe some broccoli or something very simple, because we've got Green Chef delivered, so we're gonna have that. And I'm not sure if we're gonna have that for lunch or dinner. I'll show you what we got delivered. It's gonna be a lovely relaxing Sunday. I just spent the morning tidying up. I like to do that on a Sunday morning. Me personally, I just like to get things done first thing because it keeps me motivated. So now I'm gonna go downstairs and probably we're gonna go take Roxy for a walk. Is that right, Bobby? She's down there somewhere.
Chapter 25.
Very funny.
Is all. A bracelet of brown hair. John Donne.
Bobby, do you want to go on a walkies? I just walked straight into it. It's like first thing in the morning. My brain's awake. My body's not awake. She was just kicking loads of mud at me.
Who even did that?
No, I don't want to spin. Can you please help me? No, please, can you? No, don't spin. No, because that makes you feel sick. Just push.
Okay, I'll just push you in a gentle spin.
No, push, don't spin. No, because then you spin and it's not fun anymore. Because it gets high up.
Okay, right, we'll untie you.
Untie me.
Okay, we'll spin you this way, and then, yep. Stop the spin.
I was just saying how I was really sad because we haven't been here recently. and we missed bluebell season in this woods, and it is epic. If you look, this is literally a carpet of purple bluebells. But we had an incident with 2 other dogs recently in this woods. People came by, sorry. Yeah, we had an incident with 2 dogs who like were off lead, attacked Roxy and me. I had to pick Roxy up off the floor and they were just going absolutely insane. Luckily nobody was hurt. So I've been terrified to come back here. So I've come back with you. It's a little bit safer with you.
Oh, did you?
Well, now, look at this old tractor. It's an abandoned tractor.
Secret sticker stash.
Reminds me of Lord of the Rings. So we've been hanging out with Bee. We've just given her lunch. She had some homemade baked beans with some toast and some egg and some strawberries, and she devoured it all. I also showed her how to put on some seedlings, which is quite cute. She was so quite fascinated for maybe 5 minutes, and then she got bored. So I'm just having a cup of coffee and I've put on Aristocats and she's loving the intro. So I'll probably just watch this with a coffee and then, don't know, might take her outside and show her, because my dad's down in the garden, show her the garden a bit. Have a little wander around.
It really is much too heavy for you, madam.
Now, tut-tut, Edgar. Don't fuss over me.
My niece has gone home, my dad's gone home, and I'm just going to finish off potting on some of these seeds into bigger pots. I don't have a method in particular. I just know that you're supposed to. So these are very leggy. I'm not entirely sure what these are. I know they're broccoli. I think that they're the purple sprouting broccoli because I think they're the same as these. So I think there's just so many. That was the thing, that some of these seed packets have 10 seeds in them and some of them have 50. So when I was doing this, I was like, this is going to be a lot. So I think basically the way I've learned it is that you're supposed to pull it from the leaves like that. So the root comes with it because obviously they're very gentle. And then you put them in put them in a bigger pot. I'm going to put 3 in these because it is a lot bigger. And that's what I did with those ones. And then just sort of pot them a little bit deeper so that some of the stem is in, so they have a bit more support. Forgot what I was saying, but this is my first time ever doing it, so I am a beginner. So lots of you have offered lovely advice, and I'm always open. If you see something in my videos when it comes to gardening that you think would be helpful, please let me know, because I'd really appreciate it, because lots of the things lots of you said have really helped me. Like when I was sharing the veg beds, lots of you said to sort of maybe let go of the no dig thing just initially, just because obviously if you're going to do that, it's better to prepare that in the winter, because our beds are all overgrown and full of weeds and full of lots of plants. So there isn't enough time to get started with this spring, planting season to really kill off those weeds by using cardboard and no dig. So lots of you suggested to just dig up what we've got, compost it and sort of start from that, and then, continue from now. Just also because it's kind of letting go of that level of perfectionism and just makes it a bit more doable. I talked about this in a previous video that I have one of my biggest issues. You may notice this in my videos, or maybe not, I don't know, but I have a big issue with perfectionism and wanting everything to be perfect and having to do it correctly, and it stops me from doing things and it puts a lot of pressure on me. And it also makes me ruminate a lot on doing things and then not doing them because I've been thinking about it for so long. And it happens in every area of my life. I put pressure on myself when it comes to everything. And sometimes that can be, quite motivating and it can really push you in the right direction. Sometimes it can be quite debilitating and stressful. And it's something that I think gardening, I'm finding a challenge because of that, and I think it's going to be a really positive challenge for me. It's very mindful. Right now I'm having to just sit and do this very slowly. You have to sit and be quiet and be slow, and obviously along the way when I'm planting this year I'm probably going to make mistakes. Things are going to get eaten by slugs or rabbits or birds. I'm gonna do things wrong, I'm gonna have disappointments, and I think that level of having to force yourself for it not to be perfect, because there's other things that you can control a bit more, I think it's just gonna be very positive. So I'm gonna be reflecting in the future with all my gardening escapades and talking to you about how it's sort of transferred to other areas of my life, but I predict that it definitely will. Because this is very relaxing. Every time I go to do it, I think, oh gosh, I haven't got the time. Which is just exactly the reason why I should be doing it, isn't it? Do you want me to show you how to do this? Look, this is how much purple sprouting broccoli we're gonna have to fill off. Friggin', I've done too many. We're gonna end up filling like... And also the funny thing is, I don't love purple sprouting broccoli compared to other broccoli.
Oh goody!
I do like it, but I prefer other broccoli. But like...
You're telling me that is all broccoli?
This is all broccoli. Oh! They're germinating! I didn't think they would germinate. They're the aubergines. I just thought this would be right up your streaks.
Good noise.
It means you have to be excessively slow, which you're very talented at. Right, so all that potting on is done. I looked on the label for the purple sprouting broccoli and it said 100 seeds. So that is why I fancy sitting in here, and I was gonna come in here in game, but I kind of now want to just finish Poldark. I mentioned I was doing a reading challenge. I set myself the challenge to read a book a week this year, and I think it was an ambitious thing, and I still think I could do it, but the last couple of months, just because of work and stuff, I just feel like there's always things that, it's like January was a perfect time, like I had the time to read every week and I really loved it, but this past like 2 months I haven't been as on it. Maybe it's because the January resolution wore off, and maybe at the end of this year I'll realise it wasn't a feasible challenge for me to hit and I should change it, and if that's the case then that's the case. But I find that making myself read is a really positive for me, because it stops me from going on my phone or watching pointless television, stuff like that. So I do see it as quite a positive thing. And I've been reading Poldark for a while. I'm listening to 2 books. I'm listening to the Amber Spyglass, so the final, His Dark Materials, and also listening to, it's like a It's a book about mental health. Let's find it. So this is like definitely what I'd recommend, is to listen to some stuff as well. Why Has Nobody Told Me This Before by Julie Smith, and I love it so far. It's just a very practical book about mental health and what can help you. So she's a doctor and a therapist or a psychologist, and she just starts out by saying that when she's in therapy with clients, she notices that there's things that she's recommending to them very regularly, you know, outside of therapy and medication, and digging into how she can help them. There's certain things that she's always discussing with them, practical tools they can use, things that they can do at home, ways of thinking about their brain. And it just, I guess, teaches you to, she gives all the facts and all the information and the sort of science behind how brains work and what you actually can do to help your brain. And it's a good read because it's got lots of interesting things, but also lots of reassuring stuff that I'm like already doing a lot of the things that she's discussing. Really loving it. So I have got quite a few books on the go, and I'm also reading a physical book of The School of Life. And I know that you can buy them individually because there's like chapters on each subject, but I've got the anthology with all of them together. So I've been reading that as well. But yeah, I think I'm just going to sit and listen to some classical music and read Poldark because it's getting to the good bit. All the potting on is done. I feel very tired because I went to the gym the other day and tried pull-ups for the first time. I'm trying like a new workout program, so my body is like, ugh, because I haven't, you know, when you start something new, it wears you out. So my muscles are tired, and all the gardening. So I'm going to sit in here and do some relaxing reading. And I'm going to leave the door open because I can hear the birds singing away. And I think Alex might go and clear out a veg bed. My dad did one today, so I think if Alex does one, we have 4 to go, which is good. Give me your advice about hardening off and when I should be planting stuff outside, because I would love to hear that, because I was getting a bit like, oh, when should I be putting my purple sprouting broccoli outside? Should I be hardening it off? Do I need to get a cold frame? I know that potentially the answer to those things is yes, so let me know your advice. Look at this dog in absolute bliss because mummy is finally giving her attention after giving her baby niece attention all day. What a hard life you lead. I forgot to show you before, but these are the seedlings that I potted on before, and they're going really, really well. I think potentially they're at their point now that they can be planted outside if I get some kind of cover for them. So we've got Brussels sprouts, cabbage and broccoli, but they've all got like 4 or 5 leaves on them and they're looking really good. So that'll probably be a job for this week. And then in here, I have put all of the purple sprouting broccoli. I think I'm gonna have to switch this radiator off because I don't want to kill them. It's quite warm at the minute. It's warmed up, actually acting like spring again. So yeah, hopefully these will sprout up just like the ones in the kitchen. And then upstairs, also look how lovely and tidy it looks. In our bathroom, I have put the rest of the purple sprouting broccoli that I've potted on along here. So hopefully they should also sprout up. My only concern is because this is quite high, that this gets a lot of sun. And this plant, for example, hates it. So I need to move him because it's very bright, so I need to keep an eye on them. I don't want them to become, but I don't know, maybe that's what seedlings love, loads of full suns, and maybe this is the sort of plant that doesn't. So we'll see. I'll keep an eye, keep them well watered. And this evening I'm going to be having a bath in that tub. No, I've got a hot tea. Are you full?
Maybe.
It's bath time. I'm going to be lighting my St. Evil candle, admiring my seedlings. Oh, you turned that off because last time.
If you're going to talk, turn the horrible noise off, please. I
vlogged last time with the bath running.
Yeah, I found it, maybe no one found it annoying, but I found it annoying.
I am going to do a face mask. I'm going to dig into my little drawer. I just want a mask, I can't see any. Cleansing mud. Can you leave this on as a mask? Yes, here we go. Liha cleansing mud, which you can also use as a mask. That's what I'm going to use. What a lovely day. Me and Alex were just having a DMC about weekends, and I'm just enjoying weekends a lot more recently because I'm trying to be more mindful during my weekends rather than just wasting them away. And it's making a big difference. Spending time outside, gardening, planning, cooking, spending time with family, it's all It's all making me feel like my weekends are just lots nicer recently. So I hope you enjoyed the Sunday video.